Hello everybody, Jenny Topping, Gold Medal Training. I am live. Get my chair set. Hi. Nice and warm today. I love it. I love warm weather. It makes me happy. Just gonna chit chat while it builds an audience. I wanted to spend a little bit of time setting the framework for some framing today. I don't have a lot of time. I've been changing my schedule around a little bit, so I'm a little bit later than normal. I thank you guys for being patient. Looks like I have quite a few people joining on. So I want to talk a little bit about framing. Like I said, I know there's a lot of different styles of doing it out there. I think, hi Laura Berg, what's up bud? Thanks for coming on again. I think that this is a fun subject because I teach it a little bit different. So let's get right into it. So first and foremost, you guys have to recognize that I'm left-handed. If this is flip-flopped, sometimes I notice that. So just bear with me. So the first thing that's most important to talk about is strength in the hand. So normally the first thing I talk about is this is an L in the shape of my arm, and when I give my first target, I want to have my arm in an L. Okay, so every time that I can catch a pitch that's in the strike zone, I want to catch it in my L because this is strong, right? As I reach out as a catcher to catch the ball, the further out I go, the less arm strength I have, so the more I lose control of the ball, if that makes sense. So again, if I can catch everything in this position where my elbow is outside of my hand, in an L, I'm the strongest here, okay? First and foremost. Now, the next thing I teach my kids is anytime right before I'm receiving a pitch, you're going to go target, and we want to relax our hand, and then we're going to come and catch. The purpose for this is when we relax our hand, it relaxes everything, and then when I go to catch, I can be really firm and making sure there, again, is no extra glove movement. It's the same thing as when I swing. I want to be as relaxed and as powerful as I can, and I put tension on as I get to contact. If I put tension on before I get to contact, then I muscle it. Same thing when I'm catching, target, relax, and strong when I catch, so I don't have a lot of extra glove movement, okay? So there's a couple things that you're gonna see are different about my framing. So when we talk about glove side, I see a lot of people teach get around the ball, this whole get around the ball type thing, thumb under. For the most part, I don't teach those tools, and I'll give you a reason why. If you were to take the elbow and drop it under, and I'm going to turn my glove over, I'll use Monica Abbott, for instance, or Jenny Finch. They throw very, very hard. So once your elbow drops and the ball's breaking into your glove, this is what happens as we try to catch this, right? We can try to drive around it, but again, we're gonna get this extra wobble and shake in the glove. So on my glove side, I keep my elbow out. So when the ball comes in, boom, I can resist with a strong elbow, okay? My glove, as much as possible, I want to keep it centered to my body when I'm framing. So as the ball moves, I want to move my body. You'll see a lot of younger catches as they receive. The glove is moving, the body is staying square. This is when we lose control of the ball. Anytime the glove is outside of my shoulders or the center of my body, I lose control. And these are things that you can test with your kids. Another big thing I see with kids is when they're receiving, they're looking in a general area. So I'm catching the ball. I'm looking at you guys right now, right? So I'm catching and I'm looking at you. Now, when you try to catch somebody that throws really hard, we need to be looking right behind the glove as we receive. So no matter where the ball goes, we're tracking, eyes behind the glove. Much stronger. Again, you can test this. Hi Diane, good to see you on here. You guys can test this with your kids. All I tell them to do is look over at your mom, and I'm gonna push on your glove and try to resist me. They're much weaker than when they say, look behind your glove, resist me, much stronger. Simple tips. Okay, let's see. The only ball I teach my kids to extend on, hey HB, come on in, it's okay, is the ball on this side, and we'll talk about it here in a second. I'm going to try to set a situation up where you guys can see what I'm talking about with my glove. So let me see if I can set this up. I've been thinking about this for a couple weeks. I know people have been asking about it, and it's just not so easy to demonstrate on my own. Last time I flipped the camera around, it didn't go so well, so everything was flip-flop. So, okay, I think you guys can see this plate. Yes, I can see it. You guys can see it. Good. So I want you guys to be able to see this plate as I go. Okay. So first couple basics of framing. Okay. So again, I'm hoping you guys can see this. I'm going to take a ball and put it outside, outside. Okay. So this is the basic frameworks for framing. We've got the plate. We've got white of the plate, then we've got black of the plate, then we've got one ball off, and then we've got two ball off. So a simple basic thing that I talk about with framing is whenever we're going to frame a pitch, we're going to move it one ball at a time, okay? So if the umpire decides that this one ball off is a strike, then when I have my pitcher throw this pitch, I am trying to frame it from here to here. I cannot take a two ball off pitch and put it onto the plate. It just looks way too obvious, okay? So we only move one spot at a time, okay? So that's the first basic. Same thing on this side. This side looks a little bit further. I hope you guys can see it. I can only move one spot at a time, okay? I know you guys might be throwing up some questions. I'm gonna just go over a couple things and then I'll try to look back at your questions, okay? Again, we probably won't get through everything today, but I wanted to go over some basics. So when we talk about shifting, we want to make sure that when we're shifting that we're centering the ball. So I'm going to flash a sign, push on my glove, give a target. If I'm going to move to one ball off the plate, okay, I'm going to get nice and close, and I'm going to show you guys right here. I'm splitting this ball in half with my glove and my body. Really important. Okay, I see a lot of kids when they shift, they'll flash a sign, push the glove, they'll move one foot and half their body, most of their body is still sitting over the plate. Where do you think your pitcher's going to throw? More over the plate. Okay, so wherever we want our pitcher to throw the ball, we want to center our ball. Okay, so I'm going to stick with glove side talking today. I'm going to spend a couple minutes on this, and then the next time I come on, I'll talk a little bit more. So let's assume again that the umpire called one ball off a strike, two balls off is a ball. I want to try to stretch the strike zone, okay? I'm going to flash a sign, slide over to two balls off, okay? I'm going to go target, relax. As this ball comes in and I'm about to receive it, I'm going to angle my body and push towards a one ball, okay? So this is how I'm going to frame this pitch. Target, relax, push, okay? Looks very different than when we do this. This is a drag, okay? This is a situation where I'm actually looking like I'm going to catch it. I'm going to move it, okay? So this is how I'm going to move a ball from 2 to a 1. You could go one further out and make a 3 to a 2, okay? But we're only moving one pitch at a time. Come back in and see. I see some questions up here. I can see it good. I'm glad you can. Ruthless 10U, how's it going? All right. I just see a lot of comments, no questions. Awesome. So a lot of people on. Again, I just went over glove side framing. If you are right-handed, it's going to be the same thing on that side. Here's another discrepancy that I always teach my kids. I know pitching coaches try to teach their pitchers to throw to a location or a target on the catcher. From years and years of practice, what I've learned is, for the most part, the pitcher is going to throw to wherever the center of your body is, okay? So we want to try to center up for them. That being said, I always teach my catchers to early shift until the other team starts picking up on it. So what I mean by an early shift is literally, I'll go back and show you guys, but I flash a sign, push on my glove, I give a target, and I move to my location right away. Some of you are going to say, they're going to say turn on it, go with it. you know what? Some teams are really savvy and they're going to pick up on it right away, and you're going to have to make an adjustment. There are plenty of teams at all different ages that won't say anything for a long time. I did it in college, I did it in pro, I did it my whole career. If I could get away with shifting early, especially early in the game, get your pitcher comfortable in their favorite pitches, what they like to throw early in the count to get strikes with, and then if I need to late shift, I can. So let's go over the difference between an early and a late shift, and then I'm gonna cut out of here. Next time I come on, we'll talk about some different type of framing. So again, early shift, doesn't matter what side of the plate I'm going to. Early shift would be sign, push, target, 1, 2, sit down in, nice and low. The smaller I am as a catcher, the smaller my pitcher's gonna throw, right? The bigger I am as a catcher, sign, push, target, the higher up I am, the higher your pitcher's gonna throw, okay? The other things you guys may have noticed, the way that I shifted, okay? Sign, push, target. I do not like moving this leg first. It's not very quiet, okay? I can sign, push, target, and move nice and quiet in this position. It also will allow me, when I late shift, sign, push, target, to move fast, okay? Simple tricks. I teach my catchers that if they're going to late shift, they leave at the top of the pitcher's circle. So it's just kind of like a lead off for a runner stealing. See, back and forth with this framing, what's the right way? I'm liking the shifting making more sense. Yeah. So I just went over the shift. I can go over a second squat shift real quick as well. I do still teach a second squat. I like to get into that second squat right away and then shift. So again, sign, push, target, second squat, 1, 2. The difference between a second squat is not much. So I just have a little more clearance, spacing to drive from. So this is my second squat, and now you're gonna see this is my first squat. Not much height difference, okay? I do not wanna look any bigger in my squat 1 than my squat 2, okay? Any quick questions? I do have to get into some lessons on framing on the glove side. So I'm always going to keep the ball outside of me. There, again, I teach lean shift, early shift, and late shift. I can go over lean shift real quick on the glove side. I'll spend 2 seconds going over that, and then I'm out of here. Lean shift is more for a pitcher that has better control, okay? So this is a pitcher that, and again, we would not do this with runners on. So it'd be sign, push, target, shift. Okay, so I'm just leaning onto a leg and I'm not necessarily moving my feet. Okay, that being said, if I shift to a 1 ball off, okay, and I'm in a low squat, my pitcher throws it to a 2, I've got to be able to use my body to get around that pitch because I have to keep the glove center to me if I'm going to frame it. So I got another question, let's see. Thank you, Amy. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. Any last questions? Anything? I got to get going. Share it if you think it's good. If you have questions, please comment. I'll come back in and take a look at them later. I just hit glove side framing just a little bit. We can go over low ball, rise ball, outside pitches, things of that sort. All right. Thank you guys for coming on. Jenny Topping, Gold Medal Training. Normally I do these on Gold Medal Training, but for some reason I couldn't get them to load, so to load live. If you're looking for more instruction, find my Gold Medal Training, like it, and there are tons of videos of live feeds I've done on there. So thank you guys so much.